I'm from Miami, Florida, born and raised.
Still living in Miami?
Still living in Miami.
Certain part you represent in Miami?
Little Haiti, and also North Miami. Little Haiti was much of the focal point of where Haitians would reside when they came over from Haiti. And throughout the years, we spread north through North Miami and North Miami Beach, and pretty much throughout the whole state of Florida now. But I was a little Haiti baby raised in the trenches, you know, 1-bedroom apartment for 6. Slept on the floor because Pop saw a bullet in the wall. So that came from the window. So in order for us to be safe, we had to sleep on the floor.
Sounds like a rough upbringing.
Yeah. I think rough would be an understatement.
What was your roughest moment growing up?
My roughest moment growing up was...
out of all of those rough moments, what was the bottom point?
The bottom point was when I got nightsticked by some cops at the back of the k-mart. I mean, I've been shot at before, yeah, but at least I was able to flee. When they caught us at the back of the k-mart at nightsticked, we couldn't get away from that.
Was that police profiling? Was that...
Profiling, racism. I mean, it exists. You know what I'm saying? I've had cops come to me and tell me, I mean, fortunately for me, I don't even know if I should say fortunately, I guess my time was just different. Because I got niggas locked up that wasn't as fortunate as me. I was able to walk out unscathed. And when cops pull me over, they see that shit and it's like some type of amusement to them, like they're amazed.
So explain, take us back to that moment. What even?
It was just me and a couple of homies. We was coming home from balling on the courts, and that was just the way we took to get home. And cops came through saying that we fit the description. That's commonly used bullshit, and one of my homies, Jimmy, wasn't having it. So him being, I guess, angry and non-cooperative fucked it up for the rest of us. At the same day, I ain't never fault him. You feel me? Because, I mean, we was sick of the shit too. So that day, I guess he just had enough.
So he was uncooperative.
Yeah.
And how many cops was it that did this to you guys?
It was 2 of them.
And they're trying to, before it even got to the nightsticking, did they try to arrest and try to...
Yeah, tried to pat us down and like, come on, man, we in basketball shorts, bro. Like, what you got to pat?
So the uncooperative, then the nightsticks came out very quick. There was no...
Oh, it came when they was trying to put us in cuffs. Put me in cuffs, but Jimmy wasn't having it. He had it on one hand, and after that he tried to flee and cussing and fuck you pig, this and that, and we got dealt.
And they took it out on everybody?
Me and Jimmy, yeah.
Oh, I thought it was more than just you two guys.
Yeah, they cleared it. We the ones that got caught.
Oh, I see. I got you. Now, where were you hit?
Oh, in the ribs. I was hitting the ribs and the arm, trying to block the shots and shit, but around those areas.
Was it painful during that time, in that moment, the heat of the moment?
Shit.
Or was it the pain?
Yeah, afterwards, because the adrenaline was, I guess, presumably running through me. The day after, that shit was, the pain was unbearable. And I remember my pops looking at me, and when we told him what happened, and he fell victim to the hands of being arrested when I was young. I'm asleep, and there's lights going through the window. So I wake up, and I'm looking through the window like, where are all these lights coming from? And then I see got like armed men running through the backyard. So I go up to the front, there's a knock on the door, and the police are like, oh, is your pops home? And I'm like, who wants to know? The police. And I'm like, nah, he ain't here. And they're like, oh, we have a search warrant, we'll knock the door down. I didn't give a fuck. But my mom came, and she opened the door, and my pops came. And I was like 17 at the time, and they asked him if he was at a Saint-Pierre, and he was like, yeah. And they said, turn around, you're arrested. I'm hot. I'm like, for what? We didn't find out until like a couple days after. We called Miami Police Department, Broward, West Palm. Nobody, like, we couldn't find them. And it was around the time when those cops were abducting people, or the so-called people that were posing as cops were abducting people. So, I mean, I'm 17. Whole family crying because Pop's going, we can't reach him. I'm like, I'm finna have to fend for the family now. I mean, I knew I could have, but I mean, it's shit. All I had to do was go around the block, holler at the big homies, and I would have been able to, but fortunately, I didn't have to.
What ended up happening?
We ended up finding them.
So it was official police that arrested?
Yeah, but it was the, what's the term, mistaken identity.
Ah.
He said he went to Home Depot and stole a timer and held people hostage for that time with a firearm. And him not being able to fight the case, because my pops was a cab driver, like we ain't had no fucking money. So the disappointment in his eyes of not being able to fight the case was the same disappointment he had when I told him that they night-sticked us. He knew we couldn't do shit about it.
So what ended up happening to your father in the example you gave?
He, I mean...
He wasn't able to fight the case, so he had to do time?
Nah, he didn't even do time. Like, they let him out like 3-4 days later. We got the call. I remember I was at school. We got the call, and I called Moms to come and get me, and she told me that, yeah, Pops was home. So I'm ecstatic getting to the crib, and he's there, and everyone's asking him, like what the fuck? And he, of course, he got, they let him go. He got acquitted, bullshit ass, we sorry or whatnot. And he tried that expunge shit, but we know that shit wouldn't work. I don't care how much water you put on a sponge. So, I mean, his fucking record got tarnished. And now, you know, you run him, he's gonna continue to go through more criticism, more profiling, because he got a record.
He has a record from being innocent?
Yeah, that stuff don't go away like that. It shows that he's been arrested.
Mistaken identity, and he's got to suffer the consequences.
I mean, shit. Tell me something that's new that blacks ain't got to suffer for. We don't have the privileges that others do. In order to get shit done, you got to know people. You got to be of certain people, and that's just the way this shit is, man. It's just facts.
To this day, he still suffers from that arrest.
Oh, man. Like, every time I leave the crib, every time I used to leave the crib, he'd tell me, you know, be safe. You know, they out there, he'd tell me, you know, comply. Comply. And I do. I mean, shit, you see it. They shooting us thinking cell phones are guns. They shooting us with our hands up. Fuck that. They shot a motherfucker on the goddamn street trying to help a kid that had some type of disease, and he was working for the company. It's like, man, the best you could do is just pray and hope that you don't get popped, man, if you're black, man. But this ain't nothing new. I'm preaching to the choir, man.
But the sad thing is, from what you say, even if you did comply and you get arrested and it's mistaken identity and you get let go.
You fingerprinted you in that damn system.
And it can follow you.
Yeah.
Now, with the nightstick incident, what ended up happening? You had to go to jail? They arrest you?
Nah, they ain't arrest us. They left us there.
So they beat you guys up and they don't...
Left
That's
us.
it?
That's it. Me and Jimmy got up. Jimmy stayed right around the corner from me. He went home, I went home.
So you fit the description of a profile. We want to pat you down. Not compliant. They beat you up with the nightstick. They just leave you there. There's no, all right, they fit the description of the profile still. Let's haul them to jail.
Bullshit, man. That fit the description of the profile is just for them to have reason to search. Cause you already know what time it is. If you deny the search, it's gonna be more pressure on you. So they use that shit to be able to search you, hoping they gonna find something. Cause, I mean, shit, they already assuming you got something on you. So let me throw some bullshit ass protocol in and feed my assumption.
Now at the same time, if you guys were a little more compliant, do you think it would have gotten that far with the nightstick beating and that sort of thing?
I don't think it would have gotten that. Man, you know what? Yeah, I think it would have gotten that far, man. We some kids, bro. Like, we ain't armed. Like, come on, bro. Like body mass, you being a grown-ass motherfucking man on some kids, bro. To me, I felt as if we would have been fucked regardless. Like I said, I ain't never hold it against Jimmy. Like, we was all fed up with the shit. It's just that his cap was reached that day.
Because somebody watching this may say, okay, you got nothing on you. Even though you don't like to do it, it's uncomfortable. Who wants to be searched and patted and that sort of thing when you can easily prove there's nothing there? Just let them search you just to keep it moving. No harm, no foul.
Yeah, I mean, look, trust me, I've done it plenty of times. I get pulled over plenty of times and I comply. I let them search. Like I said, I'm clean, and when they find out I'm clean, it's like they're amazed by it. They're amazed by it. So I comply a majority of the times. Like I said, man, it ain't worth it, man. I don't even reach for shit. I tell them I got the pistol on me. The shit is clean. I got my license. I tell them where it's at. They do whatever they got to, man. I comply, man. I'm trying to live, man.
Do you know your rights?
Yeah, I know my rights. But it's to the point of me having those rights and at the end of the day not even being able to exercise them. I just wanted to have no fucking rights, man.
With the nightsticking, the adrenaline rush was happening, so you didn't feel the pain instantly. You felt it the day after. Yeah. What did your body look like?
It was bruised. It was bruised. It was hard for me to breathe. Hard for me to breathe, man.
Could have broken a bone, maybe.
Yeah.
Didn't happen, but could have.
Yeah.
Maybe if your bones were weak.
Right.
Maybe if you were smaller, scrawnier. Might have been a little more fragile.
Right. Might have been a little bit more fragile, but they considered us animals anyhow, right? Like we were bred to take such pain, such beatings.
Now, with this rough upbringing, and you gave us a little sliver of how rough it was, what was the most positive outcome of your upbringing, even though you did have to deal with this struggle?
The positive outcome was family.
Explain.
All family. I mean, you got people that to vent to. You got people that love you, you know, to help you go through the times. You know, like we didn't have nothing growing up, but we had each other. You know what I mean? And our personalities were, like I said, off wall. You know what I'm saying? They don't call me Grimass for no reason. But my brothers and sisters, like it was like going without, being deprived. It made you tough. It made you see things in the light of happiness. Because, I mean, what else you got to seek for if you surrounded by darkness?